you guys, so I figured to keep the videos consistent this summer, we'd just go ahead and try to post every day, or at least, 3 or 4 times a week, as many times as we can, just so we can be consistent. Even if the videos aren't like, super crazy, if we don't have anything crazy planned. And even if it's just like 5 minutes of us talking, or 5 minutes of us talking while we're doing cardio, or whatever. I just want to get consistent with posting for you guys. So I figured today we're gonna go ahead and vlog, or slash, just show you the day, the workout, whatever we do. Yeah, and just see where it goes. I think that's how every day is gonna be. Just start in the morning like I am now, and see where the day goes, and post it no matter what. So we have a lot of editing to do. It's basically the first day of summer for me because we don't have any homework, so I can really just focus in on editing. So we're gonna go downstairs, get some coffee, and then read some scripture, and then get straight into editing. So let's get it. All right, you guys, we are currently doing our Bible study, and we're actually in Mark 13. I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about what I was reading, something I've learned lately. So in Mark 13, Jesus is walking by this temple. I think it's a temple. There's just some great buildings, and his disciples are like, look how crazy those buildings are. And Jesus is like, it doesn't matter, all those buildings are going to fall eventually. Every brick is going to be, on the ground. And he's talking about the end of time, and the second coming. And if you follow me on Instagram, I actually post a lot of my sermon notes. And lately in church, my pastor's been talking a lot about the end of times. And he even said this the other day, but it says here in Mark 13:10, it says, and the gospel must be first preached to all nations before any of all this happens, before any of these signs start to happen. So that just kind of shows you, and basically what my pastor said was like, we get so worried about oh my gosh, what is it going to look like? Is it happening now? We just get so worried about the future in general, even outside of religion and Christianity. And the biggest thing is the gospel must first be preached to all nations before any of that to happen. So it's like we are so worried about, the second coming, and the end of the world, and the apocalypse. But it's like, if you have faith, you know that first the gospel must be preached to all nations, which we obviously know it has not. So live your life each and every day just knowing that, or not knowing, but trying to spread his kingdom, because all of this won't even happen until that's done. So there's no point in us worrying about, the second coming and the end of the world and all of this craziness. Just have faith in him and just keep spreading his kingdom, spreading his gospel each and every day. And that comes through not even you don't even have to share what you learned in the Bible, or what you learned in the sermon, even just treating people nice. I think people sometimes think is, just being nice, that's not spreading God's word, but yeah, it is. You're spreading kindness and love. And if you're nice to someone, especially when they were maybe mean to you, they're going to reflect on that interaction and be like, okay, why was he nice to me? And then they're going to realize oh, he's super into his faith. He's learning these things from his faith with God. So that even just being nice to someone is going to, kind of bring them closer to the kingdom of God. So that's my kind of opinion on it. So we are going to, I think we have to mow. We might do some mowing, might show you guys that. You might not want to see that, but with these videos, I kind of want to get away from crazy editing, especially with me talking. Usually I'll edit out any hiccups I have, or any stutters I have. Sometimes I stutter a lot. You can't get words out, but I kind of want to get away from that, because I kind of want to be, genuine and show you guys who I am. And obviously it helps me save time for editing and stuff, so I don't have to watch every clip and edit out all my mistakes. So just expect that from these videos, unedited, raw, just showing you my day, showing you my life. The lift obviously is our emphasis, lifting, motorcycle, Bible stuff. But at the end of the day, just trying to be consistent, show you guys my life. So let's go ahead. I don't know what we're gonna do next. You'll see in the next clip.
Fast forward 2 hours of mowing. Crazy stuff, but it's like 2 o'clock and we haven't ate at all. Whoa. We haven't ate at all, so we're gonna go upstairs and get some lunch. Probably do a little bit of editing while I wait for my brother to be done mowing as well. And then probably go hit a lift. Today it can either be chest or back, so I'm not really sure what it's gonna be. But one of those two. All right, so I actually totally forgot to show you what I just ate, but we had some eggs with spinach and sun-dried tomatoes in it. And then we had some toast with PB Fit peanut butter powder. We kind of made that into just peanut butter, put it on the low-carb bread. So that's that. We'll probably eat one more meal before we go lift, and then that'll probably be like yogurt and fruit, nothing crazy. Probably won't show that. It's just some low-fat yogurt, low-fat Greek yogurt, and some fruit, maybe some. I don't know if we have honey, but I've been putting apple butter in my yogurt just to kind of get some more sugar in there before we go work out. So we'll see you at the workout. All right, fast forward another couple hours. Just got done editing. We're about to head to the gym to train either back or chest. I'm not really sure. I got to talk to my brother. But because it's so nice out, we're going to go ahead and ride the bikes. One thing I got to show you guys. With my bike, when I am riding, this battery cover right here, this one right here, it'll like start to drift over and like rub up against the pipe. So like, I don't know if you can see that, but it's like completely melting the plastic. So I don't know if I'm gonna do it today, but I'm gonna try to figure out a way to keep that plastic off of the pipe. Not sure how, because I really don't want to drill any holes into the plastic, because I do plan on selling it. So I'm not really sure. It might just be something I might have to drill a hole in it and then buy a whole new piece of plastic later on when I do sell it. But that makes me want to talk about, like, I want to do more videos with this bike and like actually build stuff and do stuff for the channel with motorcycles in general. But this bike is basically done. I really don't want to put any more money into it just because it is a Yamaha V-Star. There's not too much crazy stuff you can do with it when it comes to aftermarket parts and like turning it into a chopper, especially because it's a 98 or 99. It's still, there's a lot of electric stuff on it, so I don't feel like dealing with all the harness and all that craziness. And so I think what I'm gonna do is try to get maybe a Sportster or a Shovelhead, you know, one of those bikes that you can really turn into a dope chopper and make that the main content, at least motorcycle content for this channel. So yeah, maybe look forward to that. So if you're here for motorcycle stuff, or you want to see that kind of stuff, just know I really want to do it too. I'm just hesitant to invest any money and do builds on this bike just because it's not really my dream bike. I think once we get a different bike, we could basically make a whole new bike, show you guys every step of the process. So let's go ahead and get on over to the gym and kill a workout.
you guys, let's go ahead and get into our little voiceover / podcast for today's workout. Let's go ahead and talk about how the cut's going first. So today I weighed in at 217, which was at the end of the day, which was the same as the last video. But that's at the end of the day after eating. We are losing weight. And we're probably sitting around 214 to 215. And we're losing weight great. We're leaning out super fast, which is also kind of worrying me because it's not good to, just, cut your calories drastically because you can lose muscle drastically. So the goal of the cut is to kind of just ease into that calorie deficit so that we can keep our size, keep our muscle. Last summer, we cut super low, and I would say we lost a bit of muscle. So this time around, just trying to be more cautious with how quick we're cutting, how lean we get, and maybe just also changing up our workout style to hopefully keep some of the muscle mass that we've worked so hard for during this last bulk. So feeling good, cut's going great. And another thing is this is kind of the thing you learn with dieting, whether it's cutting or bulking, and it's like you can find your calorie maintenance level from a calorie calculator online, and those are, for the most part pretty accurate. But from there, if you're bulking or if you're cutting, you kind of have to, let's say I'm cutting, which I am, you take the calories that it says that you need for cutting, and then you implement that for 2 weeks. And like I did today, I actually upped my calories to 2,900, which was 200 calories more than what I was at, just because I was starting to feel a little depleted. So you kind of just have to adjust based off your workouts, based off how you're feeling, based off how lean you're getting, how quick everything's going. So that's my biggest advice. Take the general advice from the calorie calculator, start with that, and then based on that and how you feel throughout the process of whether you're bulking or cutting, based on that, just slowly adjust, and you will find, that perfect spot where you feel good, your workouts are really good, but you're also hitting your calorie goals for the day. So let's get into this lift. We started with cable flies, and we actually just worked down from normal cable flies. So hit 3 or 4 levels, I think. And the other day I was talking to this guy. I was asking him for advice on low to high flies, and he was telling me obviously hit the low ones, but you also want to think there's thousands of fibers in your chest, so there's not one way to hit flies. You can adjust to all the levels on the rack, and you're going to hit a different area of your chest. So that's kind of what we did. Started at flat and then just kind of worked our way down. And I want to tell you guys, I think for developing a chest, people say I have a crazy chest. For developing a chest, I think these low to high cable flies are the most important. So incorporate these. We did 2 or 3 sets, maybe even 4 sets on each level. So after these, you could have been done after these. I was fried. And that's kind of the thing you want to do is, obviously you want to get through upper chest, lower chest, middle chest, whatever you want to call it. You want to hit all the muscle group areas. But the biggest thing is go crazy insane, and sometimes you won't even have to finish your workout that you planned because your chest or your body part is so fried. So that's kind of what we did. After these flies, we were super fried. So I knew, especially with us being at Planet Fitness, those 75s were gonna, maybe not at first feel heavy, but eventually they were gonna burn. So I was right. We moved on to the incline dumbbell press, and the first set felt, kind of light, but after that, it got heavy. Well, maybe not heavy, but the burn was insane. So we're for sure gonna start incorporating those cable flies in before our pressing motions, because it kind of helped save my shoulders. When I start with an incline press, whether it's a barbell or dumbbell, my shoulders get fried before my chest. So this kind of doing the cables before the pressing motion, 1, kind of warmed me up, but 2, also allowed me not to have to go so heavy. So kind of took some pressure off the joints, the elbows, the shoulders. So really just a lot of emphasis on the chest, really feeling the weight out. And then also towards the end, I don't know if I record it, but we grabbed the band and put those between our hands on the last set, just to kind of help us really squeeze, because we're getting super fatigued, but I still wanted to get that squeeze at the top with the dumbbells. Now after this, we're obviously fried, so we only did two more sets of incline like hammer press. I really like these. I'm super thankful that my Planet Fitness has this, because some don't. So it's good to throw these in, especially if you don't want to do like a normal barbell press or like a Smith press. So threw these in, only could do 2 sets. We were absolutely demolished, our upper chest especially. And then I actually didn't film it, but after this we went over and just did single arm high to low cable flies, or cable flies for our lower chest. I'm not too worried about my lower chest. Some people, especially when I was younger, I feel like a lot of high schoolers waste a lot of time with like decline press. If you find it works, good for you. For me, I really don't see a huge importance to doing those. I think upper chest especially, everyone has lacking upper chest, so kill your upper chest. But yeah, threw in a couple sets of those high to low cables, and then yeah, that's it. I think we did a little bit of cardio. Obviously on the cut we're doing like 15 to 30 minutes of cardio. Sometimes we even go higher. I think last night I did 40 minutes of cardio on my bike. So it's kind of just depending on like the activity level of that day. Like today, I obviously did mowing and I was outside working. And obviously when we start working again here at home, our calorie needs and our calorie expenditure is going to be a lot different than, you know, other days where we kind of just lounge around. So the cardio fluctuates. But you'll probably see towards the end of this, or towards the middle / end of this summer cut, will become more consistent and more like deeper into the cardio habit, with like, you know, 30 to 40 minutes of cardio every single day. And towards the end too, like it becomes such a habit, it's not even like cardio to me anymore. It's more like just time for me to get on my phone and edit and post stuff, or, you know, you get what I'm saying, or listen to a podcast. But with that being said, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. Hope you guys enjoy these. This one's kind of a shorter video than what you guys might be used to, and some might even be shorter than this one. Like I said in the last video, even if it's just, or was that in the last video or is it this video? Either way, like these videos are just going to be more for like just showing you whatever I could get in that day. I think posting something is better than nothing, especially when it comes to consistency. Obviously for the algorithm, it helps push my stuff out to you guys, but also I would rather give you a 5-minute clip of me doing like a Bible study or just talking to you like this over a small workout than nothing. So I hope you guys enjoy the summer cut. We will see you next time. Love you guys.